What up, Delano, Brooklyn? Like, share, subscribe. Well, I can't tell you to like it if you haven't watched the video yet, but if you do, I suggest you like it, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know anytime I drop a video. So let's get right to it. This video, as you can see how I captioned it, I just want to quickly talk about what I believe is going to start happening. And I've always kind of wished for this. It's going to be controversial, but listen to me. I've always felt like if you're a minor, you're still under the roof of your parents or parent. They're feeding, clothing you. They're paying the bills in the house. They're housing you, and you go out and you do a crime like shoot a school up. Your parents should be charged too. Let me explain. Listen, I got kids. So I understand that if my kids right now go shoot some shit up, I get it. Listen, so follow what I'm saying. If I'm a dog owner and my dog gets loose and bites somebody, they gonna come talk to me. I'm getting sued. The dog then get put to sleep. And I'm not trying to compare a kid to a dog. I'm just showing you that it's just a dog. Dogs do this. They end up biting people. Why are you charging me? They're gonna say because you own the dog. So why don't we have the same energy with the fact that it's my child, my minor, that I allowed? Not necessarily, I'm not saying these parents where kids are shooting shit up, they're allowing them, like saying, hey mom, you mind if I go shoot up school? Mom goes, ask dad, do you mind? Go ahead. Like, I'm not saying you're allowing, but you're not paying attention. You need to be in your kid's room, phone, internet searches. You need to make sure you good. Or know your kid well enough to know, nah, my kid ain't gonna do that. Literally, I believe that parents need to be charged too. And maybe that'll motivate parents to get better at making sure your kid ain't gonna shoot something up. Like, what are we talking about here? And then we're gonna sit here and just listen to the parents say, I didn't know. They used to be in their room, just didn't really want to talk. No, we're not doing that. You're not gonna raise a murderer, let them go murder, and now we're just fine here and you get to live your life like, oh, they murdered. No, parents need to get charged. So if you didn't know, the most recent one that's happening, the parents are getting charged for murders that a kid did in a high school. And I'm ecstatic. I love it. I absolutely love it. Get them parents. Apparently, the gun that the kid used was the dad just recently purchased it. So you all should be charged with something. It's accomplice to it. Like, we're not gonna do this no more. That's why, listen to me. The reason so much of these school shootings are occurring, I'm not saying, okay, let me say this first of all. There's a lot of bullying going on too. That's a whole different conversation. You kids in school, you better act right, because these kids are willing to come through and smoke something. When I was in school, I had to deal with bullying. I don't remember anybody ever getting shot in school. One kid did get stabbed in school though, but that's probably because there were less guns out back then. But today, there's guns everywhere, so kids are shooting something up. So that's a whole, we'll save that for a whole different video as far as talking to bullies. But right now I'm talking about the reaction to you being bullied is to shoot everybody. It's crazy. If your kid is being bullied, you need to assess what their reaction is going to be, on top of going to deal with the bullying. But find out, how do you feel? What you want? Like, you got to know your kids. And your kid, the fact that you're taking, and everyone, you're supposed to take care of your kids. I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but I'm saying that's part of, you're nourishing them. Do you sleep here? Rest well, eat, go take a shower, here's your clothes, you're fully dressed, now go kill everyone. That's pretty much what's happening. You're making sure they're fed and housed and all that, well prepared to go shoot something up. How many homeless kids or kids that are struggling that are shooting up high schools? or shooting schools. And when I say struggling, I mean like they're the ones taking care of their household, making sure their sisters and brothers are good. They're the responsible one. You know, so now they're shooting up something when they get into a problem in school. They tend not to, because they're focused on their responsibilities. They're the adult. I guess and that probably didn't even sound good. Listen, my point is this. If your kid shoots some... Let me throw another quick point. It kind of in reference to the shootings and bullyings. But if your kid is bullying, and you know that, and you're not doing nothing about that, you're part of the reason that other kids could potentially die. You need to make sure your kid is not bullying. Just as much as a parent should make sure your kid ain't gonna shoot some shit up, I need that same energy and make sure your kid is not at school bullying. Because y'all parents, y'all the problem too with that. So, you need both sides. So, if you don't want to deal with it, I like to believe parents should be able to go to other parents' house and whip your ass. I'm not advocating for violence. I just know myself that if my kid is being bullied by another kid and you know your kid is bullying mine and you ain't doing nothing about it, I'm gonna come through and bully. Let me show you what bully feel like. Let me show you what my kid feel like. And as adults, it escalates a little differently. So I know it ain't gonna play out just like that. So I'm saying, both sides, make sure your kid is not at school bullying that can create a school shooter, and make sure you're paying attention to your kid to where you know if they're getting bullied or if you know they're gonna go shoot something up. Both parents gotta work on it. But at the end of the day, it's more likely that parents are gonna start being charged for what these minor kids are doing with these killings. And parents with kids bullying kids, parents that has kids that are bullies, you probably should start getting your ass whipped by other parents. So I'm gonna cut it right there, bro. I'm telling you, watch your kid or you going to jail with them. Fuck you talking about.